Three friends, Tien, Kevin, and Derek, are on their way to a party when traffic brings everything to a standstill. Google Maps suggests an alternate route, they follow it, and end up at a dead end in front of a gated entrance to a fancy residential complex. A woman in a red sports car pulls up. They tell her they're visiting a friend inside. She buys it and opens the gate for them. They drive in without a second thought. That decision changes everything. They wander around trying to find their way out, eventually spot the exit gate, locked. Nobody they approach will help them. People just brush them off and go back inside. Eventually they recognize the red sports car parked outside a large house and figure the woman who let them in is their best shot at getting out. Instead of getting help, they accidentally look through the window at the wrong moment. A man is inside brutalizing the woman, knocking her to the floor. He looks up and sees them watching. They run. He chases. Shots are fired. Two more armed men join the hunt. The three of them barely escape and hide in someone's garage until things go quiet. The man who attacked the woman is Jacob. He stands over her, shaken, and the moment he knows there are witnesses, he goes after them. Just outside the garage, Jacob runs into a neighbor who mentions that three unfamiliar teenagers were spotted entering the complex. The neighbor tells him to stay alert, completely unaware of what's actually going on. Jacob keeps moving. Then the garage light flicks on. The homeowner's home, an elderly man named Christopher, who immediately comes across as different from the other residents. He's warmer. More human. Derek doesn't waste time. He explains what they saw, the woman being attacked, and asks to use a phone to call the police. While they talk, Tien notices a wall full of sports trophies. Christopher used to be an athlete. There's a brief moment of connection. Then Derek mentions the largest house in the complex, and Christopher stands up. He tells them the man they're describing is Jacob. A pastor. The leader of this entire community. And then, almost in the same breath, he grabs a pistol and points it at them. Tien pulls out his cross necklace trying to show they're decent people, that they're telling the truth. Christopher doesn't buy it. He calls Jacob and reports that the boys are in his house. They move fast. They overpower Christopher, bolt for the front door, and Jacob is already walking up to the house. They cut through the backyard, deal with an aggressive dog, clear the fence, and disappear into the dark. Christopher reports everything to Jacob. He tells himself he doesn't believe the boys. It's hard to imagine that a man like Jacob, respected, religious, the backbone of this whole community, could be a killer. But something's nagging at him. He calls the local police anyway. A young officer named Bobby shows up. He knows Jacob. He knows this neighborhood. When Jacob gets in front of Bobby and Christopher, he's smooth about it. He frames the whole thing as three lost teenagers who need guidance, not suspects in a murder. Bobby accepts it. He agrees to hand the boys over to Jacob once they're found. After Jacob and Bobby leave, Christopher follows his dog into the backyard. The dog sniffs around and leads him to something on the ground. Tien's cross necklace, dropped during the escape. Christopher picks it up and reads the engraving. Tien's real name. If Tien gave his real name, he wasn't hiding anything. And if he wasn't hiding anything, why would he lie about Jacob? Christopher stands there with that question and no comfortable answer. Meanwhile, Jacob finds the boys' car and inside it, Tien's phone. Derek, Tien, and Kevin are still hiding when they spot a house with a dinner gathering going on inside. Derek wants to go in and asks to borrow a phone. Tien and Kevin say absolutely not. Derek goes anyway. The moment he walks in, every head turns. He doesn't belong here and everyone knows it. He's about to leave when he notices one woman who doesn't have that same cold look on her face. She's kind. She pulls him aside, offers him a change of clothes, and actually listens. Derek starts carefully, asking about Jacob first. While he's looking at her phone, he finds something he wasn't expecting. Jacob has a wife. A council member. Currently out of town. So who was the woman in that house? The woman explains how the community was built. Jacob had a vision, memorized scripture, attracted wealthy followers, and made himself the center of everything. 10 years of building this place up from nothing. Derek tells her the truth about the murder. She goes quiet. She's shaken, he can see it, but she won't accept it. Accepting it means everything she's been part of for a decade falls apart. She agrees to call the police and asks him to leave. A few minutes later, Bobby spots Derek sitting on the side of the road and puts him in the car. He's taking him straight to Jacob. Tien and Kevin keep moving and stumble into a birthday party. There's a girl there who's not part of the community and desperately wants to leave, but a guy with a crush on her won't let her go. Tien steps in, gets in the guy's face, and forces him to give up the gate access code. He takes the guy down and the three of them head for the exit. Then they see the police car. With Derek inside. going in the wrong direction, away from the gate. Tien and Kevin look at each other. They stay. Derek is brought to Jacob's house. Bobby's with him and, because of the accusation Derek made earlier, insists on searching the place properly. Derek takes him straight to the spot where it happened. Nothing. The body's gone. Every trace of it, gone. Derek knows Jacob moved her. He pushes Bobby to search the whole house. While the officer does that, Jacob stays calm, walks over to Derek, and produces his jacket. And his wallet. And from the wallet, his ID. His home address. Jacob looks at him and makes it very clear. Stay quiet, or this reaches your family. Then Jacob shows him a model of the church he plans to build. He talks about it like a man who genuinely believes he was put on earth for this. The woman he attacked, just an obstacle. Someone who got in the way of something bigger than both of them. He's not asking Derek to understand. He's warning him. Bobby finishes the search and heads back out. Christopher arrives shortly after, holding the cross necklace, still trying to make sense of it. Jacob brushes him off immediately. Tells him he's drunk. Misreading things. Outside, Derek spots the red car still parked right there in front of Jacob's house. He points it out to Bobby. Jacob acts puzzled, checks the car, and conveniently finds a remote inside that opens the main gate. The second that gate swings open, Kevin floors it. Bobby goes after him with Derek still in the car. The chase ends at a dead end in a quiet stretch of road. Jacob catches up. He tells Bobby to check the trunk of the boy's car. The woman's body is inside. It's a frame. Clean, simple, and it should have worked. Except Bobby leans in closer and checks for a pulse. She has one. She's alive. The moment Bobby calls for medical help, Jacob realizes it's over. He shoots Bobby from behind and turns toward the boys. Christopher pulls up just in time and steps out. He recognizes the woman. She's a new church member. He puts it together out loud. Jacob had been seeing her in secret, and when she threatened to expose the affair, he tried to silence her permanently. Everyone has a gun pointed at someone. Jacob targets Kevin. Derek aims at Jacob. Christopher points at Derek. Jacob, watching his entire reputation collapse in real time, shoots Christopher. Christopher goes down. Somehow Jacob survives the chaos and escapes. The boys get the woman to a hospital. Once she's in care, they finally head home. Tien drops Derek off first and decides to stay the night. Something feels off. They walk inside. Jacob is already there. He's got Derek's mother and sister and he's not letting them leave. He needs one thing: where's the woman? If she wakes up and starts talking, everything he's built is finished. Derek won't give him anything. Before Jacob can push further, police arrive outside. He slips out the back toward his car. Kevin's already there. He spots Jacob's vehicle and calls it in. Officers close in from every direction. Jacob tries one last thing. He starts quoting scripture at the officers, calm and practiced, trying to use the only weapon that's worked his whole life. It doesn't work this time. He goes for his gun. More units arrive. There's a shootout. Jacob gets one last shot off at Kevin, misses, and goes down. It's done. Tien, Kevin, and Derek go home. All three of them, for the first time in what feels like days, actually go home. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more notifications. Until next time. See you soon.